Go to Visual Studio, right click and close all documents, close debugging. Scrolling down, go to startup.cs file. Here need to specify the service layer of role management, like role identity. So services dot add transient role manager. This is pre-built function of ASP.NET Core identity. So here identity role. So at runtime this dependency will be resolved. Let's scroll up. This is data folder. Here the migration folder. Expand this one. Let's create a class to initialize the identity of role management. So give it a name, application DB initializer. So here we need to write a static method so that it can initialize the initial data of the database. Public class, public static, async, task, give a method a name. The name will be initialized. Okay, initialize identity and need to pass parameter, the DB context parameter, which is application DB context, and DB it is, and we need role manager, the role manager identity role, this one. Let's copy this from this and paste it here, this one, and give a name role manager, closing bracket. Let's import the dependency ASP.NET Core .identity, and let's specify DB ensure created. This code ensure the database seeded or not. If not created, then it will create the database. Let's create role for admin if it's not exist. Let's write variable role equal await, because this is asynchronous, role manager dot find by name async, and give a name which is need to create a strongly typed enumeration. Let's create a folder, name it helpers, and create a class, name enum role. This class we will specify few properties which will act like a enum. So this is a static class, and prop tab twice and give a string, a static string. Inside static class the property must be included with static. So this is static string instructor, and the value will be instructor. Copy this line, paste it here and paste again, and the role, another role is admin. Copy this and value is admin. and this one is boolean bool and is instructor, and value is false. This property we will need later. For now, here need to specify the admin. So the path will be helper dot enum dot admin. So the value is admin. This is strongly typed. That's the reason why I'm using this. So if this role does not equal null, means role already exists, then return. Don't do any operation. It will just return. That means the database already seeded. So database has initial value inside the role table. ASP.NET roles. Let's specify roles array, which is helper enum role instructor. The value is instructor. Another one is admin. Helper dot enum role dot admin. So these two roles need to be created inside database table. So for each loop, these roles variable space and give any name or name in roles parentheses, and the role equal the new identity role and pass this role name, and need to create this role, need to insert this role in the ASP.NET roles table. So I am creating the role here. Let's go to programs.cs file, comment out this line. From here need to call that static method. So here need to specify the host. So variable host equal build web request. Need to pass these arguments. Let's specify using variable scope equal host dot services dot no, need to import something, so capital C create scope, and here need to import iService provider. This is dependency injection. So let's specify the service which we will get from the service layer. So here variable services equal scope dot service provider, and try and tap twice. It will populate this code automatically, and here variable context, which will be db context, belongs to database, services dot get required service. Actually here we are retrieving the db context from our service layer, which is present in startup.cs file. So application db context, here a capital. I need to import the folder. This service layer already initialized in service configuration method of startup.cs file. We are just getting it from there. Here we are calling the role manager identity role. So services.get required services, and this one we will get from here. Copy this one and paste it here. That's it. 2 instances we will get from our service layer, and we import the dependency. Here application DB initializer, which this class is present inside data folder. So here we are passing the DB context and role manager, and we are specifying wait. This is the way to implement asynchronous instead of using await. Let's implement the logger. If any exception happened, then this logger will log the file. You can see in your C drive the log information. So here need to specify the service of this logger, and logger.log error and exception. And this exception, need to specify EX, and here EX. And the message, we need to specify error to initialize database, something like this. Error occurred while seeding the database. This is the way of implementation. After this, we can able to pre-initialize some data inside ASP.NET role table. So host.run finished. Here is the ASP.NET roles table. Let's see the table. Currently this is empty. Now if I run this project, this code will execute. Let's put a breakpoint here. Let's run this project. It's taking time. Open up the browser, debug point. Here it comes, and it go through this model binder, and click no. And here you can see role not present in the database, so it's creating the role. Let's step out and step out. Let's refresh. You can see the two roles created, instructor and admin, what we specified in DB initializer file. This is the way to pre-initialize data in the database.